Hello guys, if you clicked on this video, you probably like the game Fish and want to recreate it in Roblox Studio. So that's exactly what this series is all about. And today we will be starting by getting up the data structure so we can start by making the actual game later on. But it's always good to make the background first that you don't see and then move on to the foreground because it's a lot easier. Because when you do the foreground first, you have to adapt the background to it. But if you do the background first, you can easily do anything you want. So let's start by adding some folders in Roblox Storage. If you haven't used Roblox Studio yet, you just open it up and then go on the top left and there should be like a plus. Just click on it and then you are here. Go to Roblox Storage, either click on this plus here or right click and go to Insert Object and then add a folder. We're going to name this to Assets. Just right click and rename. Then we are going to add a new folder and we are going to name this rods. Duplicate it with Control D or just add another folder and rename this to fishes. Like this. So now we will go to service with service and create a script with a module script inside it. The module script we are going to name QLoader. And we are going to copy the name and paste it in here. We are going to go to the script and require. So local QLoader is equal to require script call child or just script dot QLoader. Now I have the QLoader required, which is very good. This is going to be our server. I'm just going to call it server. And in here we basically have all the functions. It's just how I set it up. It's just very clean, very good to use. And yeah, we are going to make a function called local function layer or just p edits. And this is going to accept the player, which is a player. Or let me just write it out, player edit, so it's easier for you to understand. And in this function, we are going to go load some stuff. But first of all, we go to, so we do players dot player edit. If it's not automatically added for you, you have to write this line here. It's just getting a service. Player edit connect, and then we're going to connect player edit in here. Make sure there are no brackets like this. It has to be like this with a gray text. So, and then we're going to go to the QLoader again, and we're going to do QLoader just function QLoader dot initialize player, which is a player. So then we give it a, we do this above here. Module list is equal to the function, like a table. And now we basically write all those modules in here. Let's go to parent. Or just script. And that's pretty much it. And then we are going to go for underscore every module in module list or in pairs or I pairs module list. We're going to do for I equal module in module list 2. We're going to do require module and then return row pretty much in here. But we just put like an initialized count, so you go up here, put local ini is equal to false, and then we put ini is equal to true. So then we are going to do local function. Let me think. Are we going to do QLoader or the function QLoader. QLoader.load. This again needs the player. And then we are going to do if any, then do this. But initialize, we actually don't have to do something yet. Just wait for this and then do if player, then we put this in there. So now we can put a print initializing and then put a print initialized. We can add like 3 dots here, and then we can here print and now we can play again. And as you can see, we got nothing loaded because we didn't call it yet. So we go to the server and on the player added, we do in this initialize on the load. We do this too. And now we just run the initialize. Well, we have to actually return something. Then we do return this, and in here we do print, okay, or we just do return true. Like this. So then we do local loaded is equal to QLoader dot initialize player. Now we can play. As you can see, initializing, initialized, and module QLoader loaded. So this is just so that we don't get any things, right? So then we do if loaded is equal to true. If loaded, then else we do player colon kick, and then we do then we can just return the false. I think we can just kick module spins loads. So, and as you can see, it just works. Now if we mess up a module, so we go to like add a new module script in here, and we just write some call it nonsense code in there, and then go and require this in the thing here. So we go script.parent co-workshop module script. Actually, I might just do dot module script. And now you see that we got cake, I think. No, we didn't. Okay, so we have to like soft do this. But for now, this will just prevent us from doing stuff. Okay, next up, we are going to do kind of the rot values. So we can do the modules like the models later for the rots. For now, we are just going to go into the starter pack and create a tool and name this the rot. And we are going to put this into the assets and then like the player assets. Put the rod inside. Or we just put it into the rods, yeah. Then we name this starter like this. And what we want to do is we want to add a value to this, a bool value. And the value is called on start, and it is true. So then what we want to do is we want to go to the server, and then we want to do, so then we would do data check for rods here, but then we get the rods folder. So let's go up here. So up here we do local assets. Assets is equal to storage connect child assets. We do local rods. It's equal to local storage connect or assets actually. So assets connect child rods. So then we do local fishes equal to assets connect child fishes like this. So then what we want to do, or underscore every rod, or we can just get the, oh yeah, we have to do it. So for underscore every rods in rods code that we can do if rods correct job on start the value, then we want to do rods clone dot parent is equal to player dot backpack. Now we play. You can see that something didn't work out, I think. Because we don't have it in our backpack actually, do we? Let me just see what didn't work. So if it's loaded, then we do, did I put something? Okay, no, it works. So let's do print rods dot name and see what's wrong. So it prints data, which is good. Oh, it's just, oh, it's, oh, okay. It's now a backpack. So it's in, it's not in our backpack. Let me see. So we have to actually equip a tool. There should be like a function called equip tool. Actually, we don't want to do this. We just want to set a value. So we are going to go to local. Yeah, no, we have to make it in here, just called launcher script. And then we just go in here and name this to data. Then we go in here, paste, paste, data dot, function data dot load player, which is a player. And then we do just this, and then we do local equipped rod is equal to instance.new string value. Then we do equipped rods.parent is equal to data. Then we do equipped rods.name is equal to equipped rods. Then we do equipped rods.value is equal to nothing. Or we just don't set it then. Anyway, so this is the data load. So then we go to do it in here. So we do script dot parent comma child data. Comma there too. Then we can actually get it. So local data is going to require script dot data. And then what we want to do is we want to do the loaded. We actually want to call it So because we call it, we can make this a return function, which is easy, I think. Or we can just do it normally. So then what we want to do in the load, we also want to do this. I'll just require this dot load player, just like this. So then we do player dot data dot equipped rots dot value. It's equal to rots dot name play. Okay, we got a table. Instance argument expected got table. Can we see? Why did we get a table here? We got the player here where we load it. Let me just record it like this. Local data is this, and then we put data.load player. Player. Do QLoader.load player. We do everything here with the player. In the server, we do the initialize with the player 2. We do load with the player. It should work. Got table in. Oh, of course. This was a mistake by me. We have to go in here and make this data a lowercase. So now we check the outputs. We got everything fine here. It loaded the module, QLoader, and the data. Now when we check in here, you see that we have the equal prod of the starter. So this works all great. So now we get the starter rod automatically equipped in our backpack. And we left the room here to check for something. So what we can do is we can do if player dot equip rods dot value, or we can finish editing here. We do this isn't equal to the rod dot name, then we will have this. Because when we have a different rod equipped, it's not going to equip this rod for us. Which makes sense, of course. So now when we check, we get the data, equip rod, with the starter set up because we have no other rod equipped. We can add something new in the thing. We can add the cache. I'm just going to put cache. Make it a number value or an int value. Just like this. Now when we play, you can see that we got cache and equip rods, which is very cool. So in the next part of this, so part 2, which is most likely to come out, let me think. So because I got a few other series running if you also want to check them out. So it will be on Tuesday. It will be on Tuesday. It's going to be, let me tell you, the 3rd of December. The second part is going to come out. So keep an eye on that. In this part, we are going to pretty much get the backpack to work. So we have to rod down here and everything like this. So thank you all for watching and see you in the next one. Peace.